So it's Olivia, and this is kind of a last minute video idea, but I think recently, the last few days, I've been having some conversations with people about how there are misconceptions really about living with mental health issues, living with depression, for example. Um, so what I thought I'd do is kind of take you through my day at the moment as somebody, still diagnosed with depression, because it will be probably one of the more personal videos that I film, but I feel like it will have hopefully the most clear interpretation, or that clear showing what it's like for somebody, with depression. So kind of at the moment, I have to set my alarm for 9:30 because I was working with fatigue with my CPT therapist, and he basically said I have to sleep a little bit less each week to try and fight the fatigue. But I do find that really difficult because I was sleeping something like between 13 and 15 hours a day, with naps and all of that. So now I set my alarm for 9:30, but obviously another part of the depression is the fatigue and also kind of lack of motivation. So it's 10 now, it's like 10:15, and I'm still in bed, so I've been laying in bed for about 45 minutes. But I'm gonna try and muster all of the energy that I've got and get out of bed, because once you get started, it's sometimes easier once you get going, really. So yeah, I'm just gonna take you through my day, a day in the life. I think that's something that I'll point out that's really important, is that I'm only one person with depression. It's not like everybody, it won't manifest the same for everybody with the diagnosis, but I hope that I'll give a kind of representation of what it's like. I hope most of all that, like, I don't sit all day, crying in a dark room. That's not what depression is. I still, have a life that I try to live, but it is hard, and I think that's kind of what I'm hoping that people can see through this video. So yeah, 10:15, I'm going to try and get out of bed and get on with my day, and I'll take you along with me for that. So I'm up. I'm deciding what to do with myself. I know that I should eat, but I'm not particularly hungry, and that's another thing really with the depression, is it affects your appetite massively. Sometimes I'll just be really hungry, and sometimes I literally won't want to eat. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is do a few chores just to keep myself going, and then maybe try and eat some fruit or something like that. Do you want to say? Let me introduce you to Jasper. So in the mornings, Jasper will whine and follow me around until I take him for a walk, which is actually really helpful because I struggle to get going in the mornings. I think especially because yeah, there you go. He's like, come on Olivia, take me on a walk. Especially because the fatigue is particularly bad in the mornings. So I think that's what we're going to go do now. Do you want to go for a walk? I think you do. So I think I'm going to get ready, and then we'll go for a walk. I'm dressed now. and I think it's about 11, quarter past 11. So it takes me about 2 hours in the morning, from the moment of like waking up to actually getting to do anything. It does start getting easier in the afternoon, but yeah, the mornings are always really, really slow. Before I take Jasper for a walk, I need to give you two your breakfast. Bless you. So this is Luna and Star. They're dagoos, and they're demanding their food. This is why animals are really good for mental health, because they just they make sure you get out of bed, for no other reason than usually to feed them, because they won't let you forget. Usually just kind of chuck it in there, and they go and kind of run around and find it. Keeps them busy, but I think they want some more of this. They also get a monkey nut once a week, and it should have been yesterday, but I actually forgot to give it to them, so they'll be excited about this. Okay. I can also hear Jasper whining in the background. Luna! Luna! Jasper's delight, we've headed out now, and this is which way? He always tries to go that way, and I don't know why, because we walk this way. Come on, this way. And my walks with Jasper were again like basically recommended by the therapist, because I really struggled to get out of the house by myself. So the only way through anxiety, like to beat anxiety, is through it, is exposure. So we don't go very far at all, really. I can't go very far or anywhere very busy or anything like that without getting quite anxious, without my partner or without Dama. So we just go for a little walk around the block, and gets me a little bit of exercise, and it gets me out the house on my own, which is really hard for me. So we're working on it. And that's the point, you know, of CBT, little steps forward, and it will get better hopefully in time. So I'm back. Unfortunately today I've started feeling a bit low. It varies. I find that it comes in waves. Nothing particularly triggered it, I just don't feel good. This definitely isn't one of the worst days. It's actually one of my better days, but I'm just feeling kind of low, and I don't really want to do anything. But I had behavioural activation therapy, and kind of the whole idea of that is that you do things even when you don't want to, basically, because the thing with depression is the things that will make you better is the things you don't want to do. So it's a horrible cycle, but so basically I plan what I want to do during the day, and I do it however I feel. So I decided, because I've been waking up during the night, that I was going to do one of the Headspace courses, which is like a meditation course. I'm doing a 5-day sleep. I'm doing the 5-day sleep one. I think it's called like Eva's sleep course or something. So that includes like a daytime meditation. So I'm going to do that now, and then after that I'm going to reward myself with an episode of Bridgerton. And then after that, hopefully in the afternoon, touch wood, is when I'm usually more able to be a little bit more productive. So we'll do that now, and yeah. Actually, the meditation worked really well, and I'm feeling much better, and I've got kind of a surge of energy. But like the thing is that I don't know how long that's gonna last. So when I feel a little bit better, a little bit more awake, which can happen, you know, like that, it can also switch back like that. I like to kind of take hold of it and yeah, make the most of it. So what I'm going to do is I've got some journal prompts from my peer support group with Mind on anger. So I'm going to do my journaling. And then if I'm still able, I'm going to read a little bit of a book, which is called Modern Families. And it's by a lecturer from the University of Cambridge. So if anyone's interested in modern families, it's a really excellent book. Today I'm reading the chapter on lesbian mother families, and the whole kind of premise of the book really is it doesn't matter who raises a child as long as they have supportive parenting, but this is kind of linked to my university studies, so it's something I'm practicing and yeah, getting as much information on as possible. So it's 1 o'clock. I just finished watching an episode of Bridgerton, and in the afternoons I generally feel better. So I'm gonna go upstairs, take my medication, and Dana wants me to phone her about a poetry photography collab thing that we're doing. So that I'm going to do all of that, and then hopefully I've got a few more things on my to-do list. So yeah. So I'm just at my desk. I'm going to take my daily medication. I take 150 milligrams of sertraline, which is a antidepressant, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, which basically you're supposed to increase the amount of sertraline in your brain, which is supposed to help with kind of the depression and the anxiety. I find it's more helpful with the anxiety than the depression, but check out our video on like antidepressants if you're interested in that. I also take some omega-3 fish oil because there's some research that shows that depression might be caused by like inflammation, and omega-3 helps with inflammation. And I also take like some multivitamins. I used to take all different types of supplements like zinc and Vit C and things like that, but these pills just have all of that kind of inside, so I just take those now. So my box is actually empty, so I'll have to fill that back up later, but I don't have access to my medication, my partner does, so he'll remind me later to fill that back up. But yeah. So I take those all one a day, and I also have asthma, so I have to take a preventer inhaler about twice a day, 2 puffs twice a day, and this is because at night I get wheezing and that affects my sleep even more, which I recently done a video on like the physical and mental health, like how physical and mental health links. So I definitely recommend that you watch that as well if you're interested. So like with an inhaler, you breathe all the way out, you spray, you breathe all the way in, you hold your breath for like 10 seconds, and then you do it again basically. So yeah, and you'll see like I tilt my head back a little bit because that helps the medicine get into the lungs, and this is called a spacer, which is also helps the medicine get into the lungs. So now that I've done that, I'm going to give Dama a call and we're going to have a chat about our poetry book, which is going quite well because I enjoy writing poetry. So yeah. Hi, so Dama and I are having a quick video call. Yeah. It's like, I think, what time is it? Like 1:30 now? And we're going to have a look because we've been working on like a poetry photography project together for a few months. Do you want to show them like a quick sneak preview of one of the pages? If your laptop's not too slow. Hopefully it should come up in a second. Yeah, so there's me and we are basically we have, you know, like Damon shares a picture and I write some poetry, and what we're doing at the moment is we're looking at these words and thinking of different kind of ways that we can portray the words. So yeah, we're going to be working on that for a little while, and so that's what Dama's had as an idea. So yeah, we will get working on that. Do you want to say bye, Dama? Bye.
Bye, Dama.
Bye, Dama. Yeah, so that was quite good. I'm going to focus on I'm going to listen to a Spotify podcast, TED Talk podcast that Dama has just recommended, and then I'm gonna get on with some yoga. It's probably some bed yoga because I can't be asked to do proper yoga, and I'll film myself doing that and I'll share it with you if it doesn't look too cringy basically. So yeah, this is the podcast that Dama has just recommended. It's like half an hour long, so I'll probably stick this on in the background while I play with the girls for a little bit. I quite like listening to these things because it gives me ideas of how to potentially new ideas of how to like cope with my depression and anxiety and things. So I will have a read, have a listen of that, and yeah, play with the day goose probably in the meantime. later now. It's about 8:15, and I basically didn't vlog anything because this afternoon I've just basically been laying on the sofa watching Bridgerton, because I was too tired and unmotivated and a bit low to do anything, and that is a lot of what depression is, sadly. Just a kind of low motivation, really. So my plan now that I'm feeling a little bit more with it, because Lewis cooked me some dinner, and I kind of said earlier, like, I do usually feel better a bit after dinner. I'm going to finish off my chapter in the book Modern Families, because I kind of got a little bit of the way through earlier before I kind of lost concentration. And then I think I'm going to go for a shower, and then probably what I'll do is a little bit of research into genetics, and then probably just chill and go to sleep. So that's the rest of my evening. So yeah. So I just had a shower, which is sometimes a huge achievement for somebody with depression. It can feel like a massive effort to shower, to be fair. So I feel better now. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Hello. It's your bedtime soon, girls. They like put themselves to bed at kind of 10 o'clock-ish. Hello. And they don't like it if the light's still on after about 10. I think it's like 10ish now, to be fair. And Luna, the grey one, was pinging at the bars, almost like, go to sleep. So I think what I'm going to do is probably turn the light off, lay down, watch a bit of Netflix, so that these two can get to sleep. And yeah, good girls. So it's about 10ish. So I'll probably say good night now. Usually get quite an early night, or at least kind of just lay and relax before bed. So I'll listen to my audiobook or meditate or whatever, and try not to be on screens too much, as like a sleep hygiene thing. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it might have been like a little bit mundane, but depression doesn't manifest itself in the way it does in the movies. You know, we're normal people still when we've got a diagnosis of depression. We might just be a little bit more down, a little bit more fatigued. It can be anyone in your life, you know, it can be your friend, parent, child, sibling, without you even noticing. It's only slight behavioural changes, really, because most of it goes on in your own head, really. I'm doing better than I used to. I have kind of like a moderate depression now, but on my worst days, you know, it'll look different than today. It will just be completely in bed, and I was like that, you know, a few days ago, but today was a relatively good day. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. See you again soon. Tune into the next video, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Sleep well. Bye.